help you to execute any script kind of thing. Whereas command, it will try to execute only command. If you look at shell -a, let us say uname -r. Uname -r will give you the kernel version on that particular server. Okay, so it will go to the connect to all the servers and get that particular, okay, the version of that particular one. See that it is saying that, okay, but I don't want to execute on the 2 servers. I want to limit to this only 2L server. What I could to say? What I could say -L, which server I want to limit? This server. Right, I want to limit to one particular server. So, okay, see the question here is from Ganesh. If the ANS test is not a local ID hope, okay, then also the passwordless authentication will work? No, it will not work. Let us just do one thing. How can I delete a user del ANS test, right? User ANS test is currently used by process this particular one. Okay, let us delete and forcefully, right? How can I delete user del -f, right? Does not exist. It is deleted right now. ID ANS test, no such user, right? If you don't have a user, the authentication mechanism is gone. Where we copied into ANS test home directory, there is a data SSH folder, authorized_key, there we copied. Now, if you don't have an ANS test, anyway, it will not connect to that particular machine. If you, okay, though you don't have an ANS test. It is, I'm talking about only one server, Ganesh. I'm not talking about multiple servers as of now. I'm trying to talk only one server. Okay. So now we try to understand one thing, that we can create an SSH keygen, we can generate a key, and we copied that key to one of the user home directory with the help of SSH-copy-ID, though it is worked. Now there is another way also. So let us do it again one more time. So let us say user add test user. Okay, test user is already exists, well and good. Go to cd/etc/home/test cd.ssh. Yes, you have. There is an authorized_key file is there. If you look at authorized_key, more authorized_key, there is something like some other server PEM file is there, no problem. So now what I'll do here, I'll try to copy into the SSH-copy-ID. Already SSH key generated. I'm copying it now to a user called test@192.168.56.12. Right? So password, what is the password? I don't know password. Let me try with welcome. Yeah, now it is copied. Now if you look at authorized_key now, cd/home/test cd.ssh more authorized_key file. Now you have a 2 key files. This particular key is for that some other users key. This is my Ansible server key. This is root user key it is. Right? I have 2 keys now, no problem. Now I'll try to execute something like, instead of ANS test, this time I'm using a user called test. Okay, this time I'm using a user called test. It is connected and working. Clear? Any doubts? I hope it is clear now. Any doubts, please ask me. Okay, why? Because major communication will happen on this way. Amit and Rahman, I could see some questions. Okay, let us see some questions here from Santosh. The question is why unreachable? Why? Because I deleted a user call AnsTest. Because I deleted, it could not able to connect it. Again, I created a user called test. In the test user, I copied authentication key. Then it is established a connection. Clear, Ganesh? Let us address some questions here from some hand raised by users. Let us. Yeah, Rahman, I could see you have raised your hand. Can you please raise your concerns?
Yeah, yeah, go ahead. My concern is that okay, now server 13 is not active right now, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I have copied data from temp file to another destination server.
Uh-huh.
Suppose no server 13 is active and user
Uh-huh.
is different, right? And I have also copied the public key to the server 13 with
Mhm.
other user with
Okay,
other
okay.
user.
Okay,
Okay,
okay, fine. Okay.
okay. But my concern is that whenever I copy the file from temp source to destination, there is a
Mhm.
need of to define the username in also for 13 server. Just
Yes.
I have mentioned the user of 12 server. Can I mention also the username of 13 server?
Okay, that is some tricky. Yes, you have to have okay, you have to have user details, but okay, there
Mhm.
is a multiple ways you can maintain authentication details. I'll come one by one. Okay, I'll try to I'll try to show you. I'll try to work with you one by one options so that okay, you can understand. As of now, you feel that both the users, okay,
Yeah.
12 and 13, you have the same users as of now. Okay,
No,
but
no,
I'll
I am not asking. No, I am asking that both have a different user in both servers, both
Yeah,
nodes.
that is what I'm saying. Yeah, as of now, you feel that okay, you have a both the users. Okay, as of now, you feel that okay, both the servers have same user. But I'll come across your question as well in a while. What I can do is generally when you're trying to define an inventory file, if you have such kind of scenarios, yeah, in an
Mm-hmm.
inventory file itself, you can specify that. Okay, let me show you. Okay, something like okay, in inventory file, I could say some variables saying that okay, this particular server has a specific okay authentication details, Ansible connection or SSH, Ansible underscore user is this. Okay,
Okay.
for this particular server, I have a certain criteria. I can use this particular way, kind of. Okay, so in inventory file, you have to tell that. Okay, so that is different scenario altogether as of now. Okay, whenever I discussed on a variables kind of thing, I'll come across over there. Okay,
Okay. Thank you.
yeah. Hope this question is help for some other users understanding as well, right? How can we use that? Fine. So thank you, Raman. Okay, let us go forward. Now, these are all the things we executed ad hoc commands, right? Ad hoc commands are nothing but single command when you are trying to execute it. As we discussed in a chef cookbooks, right? Cookbooks is nothing but a scenario, what you want to do. In a same thing, we can call it as an Ansible playbook. In a Ansible playbook. Playbook is nothing but it's a combination of tasks. Whatever the single task we are executing, right? The combination of tasks, we can say it as a playbook. In a chef, we'll say it as a cookbook. In an Ansible, they call it as a playbook. That's it. Okay. So try to do all these tasks, guys. So let us move forward with multiple things here. So playbooks are nothing but okay. If you look at what is Ansible playbooks, Ansible playbooks are a way to send a commands to a remote computers in a scripted way. In a shell script, what we do, we'll try to put all the commands in one particular file, and we'll try to execute on a system. In the same way, here also you can put all the ad hoc commands in a scripted way. Okay, then you can execute it. At basic level, playbooks can be used to manage the configurations and deployments on remote machines. So in advanced level, they can sequence multi-tier. Okay, these are all the ways fine. But basically, what we try to understand here, okay, this is a scripted way you can manage it. Okay, but it is written in a YAML format. Okay, the Ansible playbooks are written in a YAML format. So if you look at Ansible playbook YAML format, first we try to understand what is YAML format. Then we can go and write the particular Ansible YAML. Okay, so YAML, okay, YAML's I can say syntax. Okay, let us understand the syntax. Okay, let us say Ansible syntax kind of thing. We'll try to look at how can we write an Ansible syntax. Basically, if you look at Ansible syntax, we'll start with another 3 lines. Okay, it is okay. The another sample will either it may you can write in a YAML or YML, that is up to you. Okay, either you can start with YAML or YML. Okay, so in that YAML format, that includes some. Okay, this is the start. At the time of start, you have to specify the 3 lines, and all the members of the list are okay beginning with this particular hyphen. These are all the lists. Okay, these are all the lists in a. Okay, it is a basically in particular module we have a different lists. In a fruits module, I have a list called apple, orange, something. Every list you'll start with hyphen. Okay, this is a dictionary. This is a list. A dictionary is represented with a key and value pair kind of thing. Okay, a dictionary is represented with a key and value. So name, this is the value. Job, this is a value. Skill, this is the value. Okay, yeah, it is just like a JSON. Basically, if you have understanding on a Python, okay, basically there is a tuples and dictionaries. Okay, dictionaries are basically the key and value pair kind of thing, just like a JSON. Okay, if you look at more complicated data structure, okay, are possible such as lists and directories, a list and dictionaries. So if you look at this is the list. In the list you have a dictionary kind of thing. This is the user details actually. In the list we have a okay dictionary kind of thing. Name is this. Again he has the skills, Python, Perl, you know these many things. Right? Actually the user, he is the user. He has some dictionary values, key and value, and he has some list of skills as well. Okay, you can define in this particular way the YAML format. And also you can dictionaries can list also represented in a abbreviated format like this. It is more nested loops kind of thing. As of now we don't require. The Martin has name is this is this, and okay the different list of values, dictionaries, all these combinations, and you can use it. Okay, we don't require that much of combinations as of now. Okay, and next week we'll try to discuss more details on it. Okay. So how to write in a playbook? Okay, next thing is, we try to understand in a playbook is a combination of lists and dictionaries. It is a list, lists and dictionaries, and we'll try to look at now a simple playbook I'm trying to write here. In a playbook itself, I'm trying to say that it is in a YAML format, YML or YAML. Hosts are app group. That means in inventory file, there is a group called app. In that I want to execute. The user in that app group, I want to connect with Ansible. Become is yes. What is meant by become? Become is yes. Okay, let us see one thing. Before going to become, I'm trying to do something. Okay, I'm trying to do something. I'm trying to same thing. I'm trying to say something like copy. Okay, same thing. Copy. User is test, right? Okay, test. Instead of all, we'll try to limit it to one my server -l 192.168.56.12. In this, okay, it already the target file is there. It will try to say that okay, everything is clear, right? Done. It is already created, so it is false. Is changed is false. But what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to change my location. I don't want to do it in a temp. I want to do it in a something like root. Which user I'm using, guys? So with the help of test user, can we create a test file something in a root directory? So I'll give you 2 minutes, guys. Here, Try to understand this context and tell me, can we create a file called test file target in a root? If we cannot create, why we cannot create? If we can create, why we can create it? If we cannot create it, what could be the reason and how can we resolve that? How can I create it, right? How if I cannot create it, yes, tell me how can I create it? I'm expecting your updates in a chat window. Just give me okay, I'm trying to give it 2 minutes and try to update all of you.